Few things stir debate among Liverpool fans quite like contract negotiations, and the latest development is certain to get people talking. With key players and the club's long-term plans under constant scrutiny, Anfield could be on the verge of a significant decision that shapes the future of Arne Slot's squad. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Alisson has been ruled out for Liverpool's trip to Chelsea, meaning his injury record will surpass 55 games missed for the club. The Brazilian was quickly ruled out of Liverpool's final game before the international break. As Arne Slot explained, "It's never positive if you go off like this after the defeat at Galatasaray. Alisson and Liverpool will be crossing their fingers that the issue is not a serious one after 2 consecutive seasons of missing more than 10 matches due to injury or illness." Thankfully, Liverpool have Jurgen on hand to deputise, but the concern for Alisson is the constant nature of issues that keep him out of the 11th. The 32-year-old will bring up his 56th game missed for Liverpool since he arrived in 2018/19 on Saturday, due to a combination of soft tissue injuries, concussions and illness. Only in 2 seasons was Alisson consistently available, 2018/19 and 2022/23, while in 2021/22, he missed a single match due to COVID, but the recent trend does not make for great reading. When sidelined with another hamstring injury early last season, Slot spoke of how the club were looking to get to the bottom of Alisson's uncommon relationship with injuries. "It's a bit uncommon for goalkeepers," Slot admitted last October. "For me, it's common because the goalkeeper I had at Feyenoord, Justin Bijlo, also had his issues with injuries and also muscle injuries. But that's not what you see a lot, so these two are more an exception. We are looking into it, what could be the reason. One of the things we all know is if you had one, then the chances of getting another one always go up. We've tried to be really careful with him." The Brazilian boasts the worst injury record among the Premier League's top goalkeepers, with Nick Pope the next closest with 44 games missed for Burnley and Newcastle combined. It is worrisome how often Alisson succumbs to muscle injuries, with his number of games missed equivalent to missing the entirety of last season's 56 games, but in Mamardashvili they have his successor. Alisson is contracted until 2026, but the club have an option to extend his deal by a further year. It is expected to be a formality, but his unusual injury record will be factored into Slot's plans. Now, in a huge contract reveal, it has been reiterated that Liverpool are confident of striking an agreement with Ibrahima Konate over a new contract after a new offer was made to the defender. Konate will become a free agent at the end of the season, and Real Madrid are known suitors as their prolificacy for building their squad on Bosman transfers continues. It is playing out similarly to that of Trent Alexander-Arnold, with claims in Spanish publication Marca claiming only last week that Liverpool view Konate's exit as a done deal. Those reports were refuted by sources close to the 26-year-old, and now French outlet L'Equipe reports Liverpool's management is confident of agreeing a new contract. They state that a new offer was tabled 2 weeks ago, and discussions are ongoing with a number of points still needing to be resolved, but that there is confidence within the club. Liverpool tabled their first contract offer to Konate last December, but the impasse has been well documented, and the expectation has remained that he will depart at the end of the season. The Frenchman himself has not given an indication that an exit has been decided, instead acknowledging he is very happy at the club, but that there are discrepancies in the terms being discussed. Konate has started all but one of Liverpool's 9 games so far this season, but has looked far from the assured defender that he is capable of being at his best. The collapse of Marc Guéhi's transfer on deadline day denied Arne Slot the competition he would have been seeking at centre-back, as Joe Gomez remains benched despite the number 5's form. The 26-year-old is not the ball-playing centre-back that fits the Dutchman's mould, unlike Guéhi, and he has been found out in the early stages of the season as Liverpool experienced growing pains. It has certainly not strengthened his hand in negotiations, and Richard Hughes and company will be more than aware as talks continue to find a deal that suits all parties. For now though, it is a story that will rumble on, much like it did last season when 3 players were out of contract. In other news,
Hugo Ekitike is said to be confident he avoided a serious hamstring injury after being withdrawn late in Liverpool's 1-0 defeat at Galatasaray. The Frenchman was forced off the field after stretching for a wayward pass from Dominic Szoboszlai, with the medical staff immediately sent to tend to him in the second half. Arne Slot was left to hope he is not in a bad way after feeling something when he reached for the ball, with scans to determine the extent of the injury. The Athletic's James Pearce, however, reported on Tuesday evening that Ekitike is confident he only had cramp in his hamstring rather than anything more serious. That would be the best case scenario for Liverpool, who missed the 23-year-old's presence at Crystal Palace as he served his 1-match suspension. Liverpool will have to wait for the final verdict on the injury, but Alexander Isak will be ready to start at Stamford Bridge on Saturday, irrespective of the outcome after his cameo in Istanbul. The international break could come at the right time for Ekitike if he does need time on the sidelines, as Liverpool's next game after their trip to Chelsea is against Man United on October 19th. It is the first of 7 games in 22 days before the final international break of the year, another relentless run that will require the full depth of Slot's squad. In that time, Liverpool also face Ekitike's former club Eintracht Frankfurt, Real Madrid and Man City. The Frenchman has quickly established himself as a starter for Slot after the late signing of Isak, with only 8 outfielders playing more minutes so far. Any injury to Ekitike will deny him the chance at his second call-up to France's senior squad this month after he made his debut in September. Alisson, meanwhile, will play no part in the trip to Chelsea after his latest injury, with scans also to determine how long he will be sidelined for. Liverpool's injury list is starting to mount, but the hope around Anfield is that Hugo Ekitike's setback proves to be nothing more than a scare. With crucial fixtures against Chelsea, Manchester United, Manchester City and Real Madrid all looming in the coming weeks, Arne Slot can ill afford to lose one of his most informed forwards. The international break may yet provide a timely breather, but until the results of his scans are confirmed, Liverpool supporters will be left waiting anxiously to discover just how costly that moment in Istanbul will be. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.